y'all, it's me Tiffany and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you're here, I mostly do graphic novels, regular novels, mangas. Occasionally I'll dab into a television or a movie, just not as much. Lately I've been reading more graphic novels than anything, but that is perfectly fine. So as I mentioned when I read the first Something is Killing the Children, I'm not going to be scared of spoilers or try to dance around what I want to say, but I'm not going to go through like a bullet point of the plot or every little thing that's a spoiler, and I'll do my best to keep like the endings and the big twist spoiler free. But at the same time, I'm going to keep this relatively brief because I want you to pick this up yourself. And my goodness, I enjoyed Something is Killing the Children too. So I read this the next day after reading the first one, and after this video, I plan on reading the third. I am enjoying this so far, and this series is gonna be the first series I read of 2022, and it's gonna be the first 3 books I guess I read. And so far, it seems like a good starting point for the year because I had just finished a bunch of series at December, and all 4 series I finished were disappointing. So hopefully this does not follow that trend. So let's jump into it. So I'm going to go ahead and read the back of it. Welcome to the House of Slaughter. Erica Slaughter may have slain the monster terrorizing the small Wisconsin town of Archer's Peak, but the horror is far from over. As her mysterious handler arrives to clean up her mess and quarantine the town folks, Erica sets off deeper into the woods because the monster she killed was a mother, and now she needs to kill its children. So the stakes are definitely higher in this. So it's just another day in Archer's Peak when this graphic novel starts off, and we start off with a boy named Tommy. His sister's missing, and they can't find the body, even though, there was a monster killed in the last one. Children are still coming up missing, right? So Erica and James are in a restaurant, and she's looking for to rent a place for operations and whatever, and they're sitting talking there, and Tommy's actually the manager, and it's kind of cool to see them interact. And I think we see a little bit more of supernatural or weird elements to this world in this one because Erica sends James home, and we don't know anything much about her or her organization, and she pulls out an octopus stuff thing out of nowhere, and she talks to it, and it talks back, and it seems kind of weird because everything's so dark and crazy. But monsters exist in this world, so we can have some fun with some elements. And I think being a little plushy octopus thing was just kind of fun and kind of cute, but at the same time it is weird and all that stuff, but I kind of like it. But that's just me. And the thing is, what's interesting is a lot of times when the kids come up dead, there's bodies. There are no kids' bodies popping up, so she thinks the monster is stashing the children for food. So that makes things a little bit even more high stakes and makes the monster kind of hard to hide. So she's trying to basically get help from her organization to figure out where the crap are these children being stored at. So this book is definitely, I think, a little bit more bleak. Granted, I guess anything with children dying is gonna be a little bleak and sad or whatever. But we get into a household where we see a family of a child that's missing, and they don't know what's going on. And you can see the mother, she looked like she's been crying, and the boy's overslept, and he obviously, or Tommy, and he definitely looks stressed, the whole thing he's stressed. And this would be so much on a family. I could not imagine. Even in real life, missing children causes a strain, and if there's a bunch of children missing, and I think the artist did a great job showing just distress on that family, even though we don't see them as much. So in this one, we find a little bit more about the organization that Erica works for, and they seem like they're more concerned about keeping the monsters a secret than trying to save individual children. I don't know why, but Men in Black popped up when they were discussing the things and trying to keep monsters a secret and not freak people out. and what have you. And, you know, it's an organization, so they definitely don't have the public's best interest in mind. And I thought that was a cool parallel to the real world about how a lot of corporations, even if they're meant for the public good, aren't always doing the things for the public good. And I kind of like that little bit in there. And the story's getting better and better, and the art is incredible. I believe it's the same artist. Yeah, like looking at these books right now, both artists and the authors are the same throughout, which is something I really love, and that's one reason I like to kind of read things that aren't DC and Marvel, but that's beside the point. The artist is the same throughout, and that is a great thing. And I think this team definitely knows how to work together and get the story across in a very compelling visual way. And I love this. So guys, let me know what you have thought of this, if you've read this yourself, if you agree or disagree. And I will see you next time with number 3, because I am definitely going to read it on the day I'm recording this video. So bye.